It's your boy. I'm back. I don't think I've uploaded in quite some time. I think it's been like a month. I could be wrong. I haven't been doing my UFC predictions because I've been fucking up my predictions recently. I didn't even film videos, so that's probably for the best. All my predictions for UFC have been pretty shit recently. But I hope you boys are doing well. I hope you guys are doing all right. I wanted to talk about something because I feel personally that the United States needs to go from an alcohol culture, like a binge, like we need to get away from having this binge drinking alcohol culture and kind of move towards having like a weed culture. And I'm not one of these people that is like, oh, well, weed is like, it's like medicine, there's no side effects at all. I think that those people are being disingenuous, like people that say that weed is like fucking fantastic. Like, I don't know about that. I mean, I smoke and I think it's okay, you know, but the idea, like, people that are like anti-weed, just the narrative is so tired at this point. Every time I go on Twitter, I see somebody like railing against weed and saying like, oh, well, people like potheads be like, or fucking just railing against weed. Like, oh, I bet this guy fucking smokes weed all the time. Gen Z is like constantly smoking weed and doing all these things. And they'll say like, boomers will like rail against Gen Z because they're not going out as much. Like, there's studies that show that Gen Z is not drinking as much. They're not going out to clubs. They're not really going out to bars as much as previous generations, which I'll get into the reasons for that later. But just there's so many people that are like anti-weed and they conflate it. My dog is like scratching the tripod right now. But there's so many people that are anti-weed and they will act like it's the same thing as alcohol. And it's not. Like, alcohol is, I can say this pretty definitively, alcohol is worse for you than weed. Like, as far as your physical health, your mental health, being an alcoholic is far worse for you than being a pothead. And what are even the arguments against weed? I'm just messing with my dog right now. Like, what are the arguments against weed? That it's like, it affects your motivation. You don't want to, like, work as much. What do you think being an alcoholic does? Like, there are these corporate people, and it's the same fuckers who just go out on weekends and get plastered, absolutely fucking wasted on alcohol. And they'll sit there and tell you, oh, I don't like weed because it affects your motivation. Like, it makes you not motivated to do shit. Like, brother, you think alcohol makes you motivated to fucking do anything? It makes you a fucking retard. Like, you go to a bar or you go to a club. It is an extremely like overstimulating experience immediately as soon as you walk in. There's loud music, it's dark, there's lights flashing everywhere, people are bumping into each other, there's conversations going on all the time. You can barely hear people like right next to you speaking to you. So what is your first instinct when you walk into this place? Because it's immediately overwhelming. It jostles your nervous system. So the first thing you're gonna do is say, all right, well, I need to get a fucking drink because I gotta like numb myself out in this experience. And these people in corporate America, the reason they love alcohol so much is because when they go to these like functions and parties and actually have to like speak to their coworkers, they can't do it They can't just have like normal conversations with their peers or their coworkers without getting drunk. Like, because these relationships that they have with the people they work with are so fake and so just, they have nothing in common with the people they're working with. And so basically, in order for this interaction to go well, I have to numb my prefrontal cortex with alcohol just to get along with these people. Because what does alcohol do? Alcohol goes to your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision making, problem solving, planning, and it just mutes that part of your brain. So it just turns you into a fucking retard. That's all it does. You wake up the next day, you remember nothing. You could have, if you get blackout drunk, that is. And like I said, I don't think weed is great. I don't think, like, there are definite side effects to weed. It is bad for you if you do it every single day. Like, you shouldn't do anything like that that's habit forming and addictive. You should not do it every single day. But every once in a while, like, yeah, you can fucking smoke weed. It's not gonna, if you smoked weed for 30 days, how do you think you would feel, like, physically, mentally? Like, how do you think your mental health and your physical health would be after 30 days of smoking weed versus 30 days of drinking? If you drank every day for 30 days, you would want to fucking kill yourself. Like, you're going to feel like shit. You're going to probably feel fucking depressed because alcohol is a depressant. And on weed, if you smoked weed for 30 days, you'd be fucking fine. Like, obviously, some people, they smoke weed and they get panic attacks because they can't control their thoughts and they have anxiety and they're worrying about all this different shit, which I can understand. I used to have panic attacks on weed. But how the fuck does alcohol help? Like, this is just my main argument, is because the people that are like anti-weed on Twitter, these are the same people that are like, Gen Z needs to drink more. Gen Z needs to go out more because they're alcoholics. They can't have a conversation with somebody who's like their friend or a coworker or something without getting drunk. They can't just have a normal conversation with people without getting fucking hammered. And like, boomers are also anti-weed. Even though they smoked weed when they were younger, they insist that it's a different strain nowadays. It's a different variant. The weed from the 70s is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. People are smoking fucking Chinese fentanyl fucking dragon packs now, and the boomers take that and they're like, like, they can't take it anymore. But the weed in the 70s was great, man, when fucking Zeppelin was on tour and the fucking Grateful Dead was on tour, man. We loved weed back then, dude. But nowadays, these kids I feel sorry for these kids, man. They're smoking straight psychosis, you know? They're smoking fucking anxiety attack packs, man. I feel sorry for you kids now. It's the same thing. It's the same weed that was around in the fucking 70s. It's just now your brain is changed where you're not like a carefree youth anymore and you're an adult and you have all these responsibilities that are like pounding into your fucking head, so you can't control your thoughts. When these people smoked when they were younger, they lived with their parents. Everything was taken care of. They didn't have to worry about much. Zeppelin was on tour, man. Fucking the Stones are in town. That's when these people enjoyed weed. Now they can't anymore. They're gone. But alcohol is great. Alcohol is a ton of fun. Because boomers who rail against weed, they fucking hate weed. If you smoke that shit, you're gonna fuck your life up, man. Why don't you come have a beer with us? They all started like smoking cigarettes when they were 12. They started drinking at 14. They're all alcoholics. Big alcohol has corrupted their minds. It's fucked them up. I seriously, and like I think I've said this before, I am not one of these people that's like, weed has no side effects. Weed can cause psychosis. Weed can fuck you up mentally if you don't know what you're doing. Like, you can have a really bad experience. But alcohol is worse. You can get psychosis from alcohol. You can get depressed from just drinking alcohol, fucking like getting hammered consistently for months at a time. Yeah, you're gonna be fucking depressed. You're probably gonna get a DUI. You're gonna do something fucking stupid. Like, weed just like, you're not gonna get any great insight from drinking. Weed, at least, it kind of like rewires your neural pathways so you think a little differently when you're on it. You might have some insight when you smoke. It kind of is like, psychedelics are more like an ego death experience. It makes you think less of yourself. Alcohol does nothing for that aspect. It makes you a violent, hypersexual fucking idiot. That's what it does. Like, people go to bars and clubs to hook up. They go there to flirt. Like, I'm sure some people just go out with their friends. I get that. But that's not what I'm doing. All right? If I'm going out, Lord forgive me. Lord forgive me. When I go out, I'm trying to get laid. I don't know about any of you fuckers. I don't know why you guys go out, but that's why I go out. And alcohol is great for that because it inhibits the part of your brain that's thinking. That's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that to this girl. It inhibits girls' brains where they're like, oh, maybe I should go home with this guy who has like a criminal record and is like a violent retard. Maybe I should do that. He doesn't have to wear a condom. I hope nobody comes outside while I'm filming this. I'm like right next to my neighbors. But yeah, and alcohol is, for some reason, the reason alcohol is encouraged is because it is compatible with our culture. We live in a culture that is hyper materialist. It is status based. We grade people based on how much money they have, how much social status they have, how popular they are, how attractive they are. And alcohol in social settings disinhibits you, and it turns you into a fucking monkey, to where those things take even more priority. Weed is not like that. Or at least if it is, it's not as fucking bad as alcohol. But yeah, our society kind of sucks. It's all based off of how much money you have, how much status you have, how much material wealth you have, how physically attractive you are. Like, even now I'm looking at my fucking like zits here because I'm breaking out. But all this doesn't, it like it kind of devalues people, does it not? Our society, where like people that have that are very attractive, they have a lot of wealth and status, they are seen as winners, and people that don't have that are seen as losers. Like it's some game. But even if the person that is seen as low status is happier than the person who has high status, because usually those people are fucking miserable. They're not always having a fucking great time. That's what's rewarded. And what, you shouldn't be a pothead because you're not going to do as well at like a corporate job that's soul sucking and is pointless, and you don't like anybody there, and you're not actually doing what you want to do with your life. So you should stop smoking weed so that you can be more productive at a job that you fucking hate, for people that you hate that are pedophiles who go to an island to have sex with kids. But alcohol is kind of like, it's a part of corporate culture. Corporate America, they love alcohol. They love going out on weekends and happy hours and having a good time. And, you know, I do like going out, but I have to be drunk to enjoy it, which kind of tells you something, does it not? So yeah, big fucking rant, unscripted. I just think that our culture is so anti-weed for some reason. And I think a lot of these people are hypocrites because they are ignoring alcohol, which is so much worse. And I think that Gen Z, that like them not going out and them not drinking as much, isn't because Gen Z is like socially retarded. I mean, a lot of them are socially anxious and don't know how to talk to people, but I think it's also just like this current generation realizing as they get into their 20s and 30s and mid-20s, like a lot of this is just bullshit. Like, you go out with your coworkers and you realize like these people don't even fucking like each other. This is all just like a charade. And what are we really doing here? You're just standing around like trying to talk to girls, or I don't know. I'm not saying we should have like, I think we should have public places where people can go and they can smoke weed and they can have snacks, they can play games. Like, I think that'd be cool. I mean, obviously, like the people that would be there every day probably wouldn't be the coolest people to hang around, but at least there's not going to be a bunch of violent fucking idiots fighting over women. That's what bars are. That's what clubs are. It's a bunch of people reduced to apes by the liquor, by the beer, by the alcohol, by the whiskey. And they're going to get violent with you, or they want to get violent with you over the broads that are shaking their asses and shaking their titties because they're drunk and they're uninhibited as well. It's dehumanizing and it's silly. That's all I gotta say, man. New videos coming out when I get around to it. When I got something on my mind, I'm gonna rant about it. But there's no like schedule. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna make a video once a week or whatever. I might, I don't know. But thanks for tuning in. If you watched this whole video, that's awesome. Thank you. Have a good one. Like and subscribe. Smash that motherfucking like button. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys. All right. Thank you. Thanks for watching.